Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey by hitting that subscription button. And don't forget to hit the bell notification to be notified of every upload that I do. Remembering this is all free, so it costs you nothing to subscribe to be part of this journey with me. I really appreciate it. It helps to grow the channel. Also, please do give it those thumbs up if you enjoy, like the tutorial. Any questions, suggestions, please feel free to comment. You could also follow me on Instagram. I'll leave everything below in the description box. And if you're creating any of my pieces from my channel, you can send me pictures through a message on Instagram. I usually do videos with my followers' creations out of my channel and put it up on YouTube so the world can see your creation with your name, whatever name you want to use, and the country you're from. Thank you so much, everybody, for all the beautiful comments and support. We're going to create this beautiful doily plate mat, if you want to call it. You can use it just as a doily. You can make it bigger, go into a small tablecloth. Very simple, very fast, very economic. And even though it's so simple, but there's so much little details to it, so it makes it gorgeous. Perfect for Christmas. A lot of you are asking me for Christmas doilies, so here I created this one. I hope you're going to like it. And if you're having a hard time, if the video is too fast for you, right up top on the right hand corner, the three little dots, you can click there and slow down the video to your liking. Also, right next to the three little dots, there's the CC, that's closed caption. You can turn that on. By slowing down the video, you can take notes of everything that I'm saying, naming the stitch. So it makes it easier on you if you like to take notes instead of just following. Some of you have a hard time just following the YouTube videos. That's why the closed caption is put up to facilitate everybody on creating. So I'm using a 4-ply 100% cotton thread, and these are Portuguese thread. So I have the red, the green, and the multicolored green and red. Of course, if you're interested to create not just for Christmas, but just regular doilies for all year long, you can use whatever color you like. It also stands out a lot by using different colors. And like I said, very fast economic. So these are 100 grams rolls. So you imagine I could do probably 3 or 4 out of 100 grams with the red. Here's the green, so that would be the same thing. And of course, as you can see, there's a lot left. So you can make a set of 4 with 100 grams each of these rolls. I'm also going to use hook number 3, a pair of scissors, of course, and a small one to tuck in loose ends. Okay, also look always ahead of the video before you create anything. Mistakes can be done, we can correct them. And usually if I make a mistake, I don't add it. I show you the mistake I did. And instead of taking the whole pattern down, we'll just maneuver and correct the error. It's a way for you guys to learn also when you're stuck in other patterns that you're creating. Instead of getting, frustrated and taking the whole pattern down or a couple of rows down, well, we could always fix the problem. For the most part, sometimes we can't. We have to take it down. But in this case, a lot of times we can. Okay, so we're going to get started. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay, so I'm going to go into the red. Now, you can do the magic circle by just turning once and grabbing your thread from behind. Put your circle into position. Okay, and 1, 2, and 3 chain. That will equal a double crochet. We're going to do 31 more in here, so we're going to have the total of 32 double crochets. So simple. If you still can't do the magic circle, then do 5 chain or 6 chain for some of you that are extremely tight. and just close it in the loop, and then you have your circle already. Okay, so we're going to do 32 double crochet. That's including with the 3 chain we went up. We're going to do all the way around, and then we're going to close it in with a slip stitch on the 3rd one up top. I'll meet you at the end. So I've done my 32. I have pulled on my string back here to close up the hole a little bit, but we don't want to over close it, because if you do, you're going to have waves on the pattern. It will be too tight. So we want to close the hole a bit, but not to the extreme. Once we have all the stitches well put in, then we'll pull into the string more and have everything placed together like I did with the one there. If you close it up right from the start, you will have waves on it, so that's not good. Okay, so we're going to close it on the 3rd space here on the 1st chain that we went up. And again, 1, 2, and 3. So we're going into row 2. Row 2 is double crochet all the way around, 1 per space. So again, 32 double crochets, very simple. And then coming to the end, we're going to close it up on the 3rd space with a slip stitch. So I've closed mine on the 3rd space with a slip stitch, chain 3 again. Next space, double crochet. So now we're going to create groups of 4 double crochet, 1 per space. Very simple, just like that. And 1 chain separation. Next space, again, groups of 4, 1 per space. So basically we're going to have, again, 32 double crochets, but this time it's groups of 4 with 1 chain separation, and next space the same thing. Okay, so just like that. And we're going to close it up on the 3rd space with a slip stitch again, and we're going to go up chain 3. Okay, so I've closed in the 3rd space and went up chain 3. If you realize, we're supposed to have 8 groups of 4s. Okay, so we have 1 group, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 groups of 4s. Now, we went up chain 3 on the same space. We're going to create another double crochet. We're increasing 2 at the beginning and 2 at the end. So next space, 1 alone. Next space, 1 alone. So we have 4 already. Okay, and then the last one, we're doing 2 double crochets together on the same space. So we're going to have an increase of 2, 4, and 6. 1 chain separation again into the next space, 1 double crochet on the same space, another double crochet, next space, 1 alone, next space, 1 alone, and the last double crochet, 2 together. So 2 at the beginning and 2 at the end. So we're increasing. We started with groups of 4. Now we're going into 6. Okay. So again, we're going to do 1 chain separation. We're going to do the 8 groups. Come to the last one. We're going to close the slip stitch and go up chain 3. Okay. So this is row 4. Okay. So now we're going into row 5. So row 5 again, we're going to do the same thing. So we go up chain 3 on the same space. We're still doing increase, so we're putting 2 together. Next space, 1 alone. Next space, 1 alone. Next space, 1 alone. Next space, 1 alone. And next space, 2 together. So 2 at the beginning and 2 at the end. Now we're going to have 2, 4, 6, and 8. So we'll have 8 double crochets, 1 chain separation, and repeat the same thing again. 2 double crochets together on the same space, and 1 alone per space. So we're going to have a total of 8 double crochets because we are adding one more on the same space at the end. So it's 2 together at the end, and my hands are stretched out to do this tutorial, so it keeps slipping out of the hook. Okay, so again, we're going to repeat the same thing, close it up on the 3rd space here with the slip stitch, and go up chain 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is row 5. So now we're going into row 6, 2 together again. We're still doing the increase. This is the last row of the increase because then the next rows were decreasing, okay? So now we're going to have 2, 4, 6, 8. So we're going to have 10 on this one, on row 6. So adding 2 at the beginning and 2 at the end. And it's going to give you a total of 10 double crochets. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8. Let me see if I made a mistake here. I think I skipped one. I did 2, 4, 6, 8. Skipped one here at the beginning, as you can see. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and one more in the same space, so 10. 1 chain separation, and continue on again, 2 on the same space on the next space, next motive, and 1 per space, and then 2 at the end, and you should have 10 double crochets. And 2 here on the last one, like that. Okay, and then we're going to repeat 1 chain separation between them, close it up on the 3rd chain, and then I'll meet you right up top. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So row 6 is 10 double crochet. So let's just recap. 32 the first row, 32 the second row, groups of 4, 1 chain separation. We're going to have 8 groups of 4 separated by 1 chain. So that's still your 32. And row 4, we're increasing, so it's 2 at the beginning, 1 alone, 2 at the end. So we're going to have 6. Row 5, we have 8. And row 6, we have 10. Okay, so now we're going into row 7. So I've closed in with a slip stitch. And I'm going to walk, I call it the walk, over to the next stitch with a slip stitch. So we're going to skip now the first one and the last one. We're going to have 8 double crochets. I want to explain to you also, if you want to make your doily bigger, or for whatever you need to use it for, or a little tablecloth or something, you're just going to keep adding on rows, 2 at the beginning, 2 at the end, continue up until the length you would like, and then you would proceed once you've had the length that you wanted. Then you would do exactly the same thing as we're doing here. Nothing changes. It's still the same stitch. You're just increasing, okay? So now we're decreasing. So we walked over to the next double crochet. Chain 3, next space, double crochet, next space. So this is 3, 4, 1 per space, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Remembering to leave the first one out and the last one out. 1, 2 chain. We're coming into the center of the square here, the space where we have that 1 chain space. And we're doing double crochet. 2 chain separation again, back in the same space with a double crochet. So we're creating like a little V, if you want to call it that way. Okay, 1, 2 chain again. We're skipping the first one and coming into the second one. If your stitch is too wide, then do 1 chain only and not 2. And we're repeating the same process again by skipping the first double crochet. Okay, so we're going to the second one and we're going to leave the last one out. So we're doing the 8 double crochets again. So basically we're just repeating. We're decreasing now. We're closing in this motif. 1, 2 chain. If it's too wide for you, then do 1 chain only. And going into the center of the square here where we have the 1 chain separation. 2 chain back into the same space, creating that little V. 2 chain again, skip the first one, go into the second one. And repeat the process again, the same thing. If you need to slow down the video, go ahead. If you need to rewind while it's slowed down, you can pause, look at it, as I usually show it as I'm done with the row or the stitch. Okay, so we're going to repeat that until the end. And then we're going to close it up on the 3rd space on the last one. Okay, so we finished doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, row 7 with 8 double crochets, 2 chain separation, the V inside of the squares here, 2 chain again, skip the first one, and do your 8 double crochets. Going into row 8, slip stitch over to the next one. We're skipping the first one and the last one. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to have 6 double crochets because we're decreasing. Leaving the first one out and the last one out. You can do 1 chain separation or 2 chain separation for some of you that have a very tight stitch. 1 and doing a double crochet in the first square. 2 chain again. Coming into the center of the V, we're doing double crochet and creating the V again with 2 chain separation, another double crochet in the center of the V, 2 chain separation in the next square, 1 double crochet, 2 chain separation, skip the first one, go into the second one and create our 6 double crochets again. So very simple. Okay, so that's pretty much what it looks like. And we're going to continue to repeat the process all the way around and close up on the 3rd chain up top. Okay, so we finished doing row 8. We're going into row 9. So I've closed in with the slip stitch. Again, we're going to proceed the same way. Slip stitch over to the 2nd double crochet. Chain 3. And now this time we're going to have 4 double crochets. So 2, 3, and 4. 2 chain again. So we're going to continue to do the same thing as we just did. Chain 2, next space. Chain 2, and into the center of the V, we're going to create another V. Chain 2 on the same space, double crochet, chain 2, in the square 1 double crochet, 1, 2 chain, next space the same thing, and we're going to skip the first one and do our 4 double crochet. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7's a little squares space, okay? So we're going to repeat this all the way around. We're going to close out on the 3rd space with a slip stitch. Okay, so now we finished row 9 going into row 10. So we're going to walk over, I call it the walk, and into the third one. Okay, third double crochet, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain, 3 for double crochet and 2 for turning. So in the square we're doing a double crochet, we're going to do 2 chain and 1 double crochet per square. So this whole row will be just squares all the way around. 2 chain. Coming into the center of the V, the same thing. We're doing 1 double crochet, 2 chain, next space, 2 chain, next space, 2 chain, next space, 2 chain, and we're going to skip 1, 2 on the third one, double crochet. So very simple. It's all squares all the way around. And we're going to close it up on the third chain with a slip stitch. Okay, so we finished doing row 10. We're going to row 11. So I close in with slip stitch, chain 3. And now we're going to do inside of each space, we're going to do 2 double crochets like that. Okay, 2 inside and 1 on top of the double crochet from the previous row. And again, 2 inside of the space. So this row is just double crochets all the way around. 2 inside of the space and 1 on top of the double crochet from the previous row. So very simple. We're going to do that all the way around, and we're going to close it in the third space with a slip stitch. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much finished row 11, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm going into row 12 with my green. If you want to continue the same color, you're more than welcome. So now we're going to work only on these back loops. Okay, it's just to give that little effect. I think it looks prettier that way. It gives this little effect on the pattern, like a little 3D little wall. Okay, so you don't have to do, if you want to grab all the way, go ahead, but I'm doing it this way exactly like the first one I did. So I'm grabbing back loops, and this whole row is only single crochet. I'm going to hide my little edge here of my thread at the same time. So grabbing back loops only and doing singles all the way around. So very simple, nothing to it. Trying to grab this little edge here of the leftover thread and hiding whatever I can. If I need to cut the excess off, I will. Okay, so grabbing back loops, single, back loops, single. So it's going to give that little cute 3D effect, little wall. So we're going to do this all the way around to the end over here, and then slip stitch it on the first single that we have here. Okay, so we finished doing row 12. We're going to row 13. This time it's going to be double crochets all the way around. So chain 3, would equal 1. So next space, double crochet, next space, double crochet. So it's 1 double crochet per space all the way around. Very simple, not complicated. Like I said, it's a very easy pattern to create. There's a lot of little details to it. That's what gives it the nice little charm. Okay, so very simple. And then we're going to close it up when we get to the end on the third space with a slip stitch. Okay, everyone, so we finished doing row 13, going into the 14. We're almost there. So I've closed in with slip stitch, 2, 3 chain. That's equal to double crochet, next space. Make sure you don't miss that next space. So that's 2, next space. This is 3 double crochet, next space, 4 double crochet, next space, 5 double crochet, next space, 6 double crochet, next space, 7 double crochet, and the last space, 8 double crochets. So 2, 4, 6, 8. We're going to do chain 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to skip 1, 2, 3. On the fourth one, we're going to create again 8 double crochets. Okay, so we're going to do this like this all the way around. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain. Skip 1, 2, 3 on the fourth space. 8 double crochets, 1 per space again. Okay, so we're going to do that all the way around until the end. Okay, you guys, so, oops, just locked everything right down. Doesn't matter. So I've come to the end, and it's the same thing as I had with the other one. If I do my 8 and the 5 chains to skip 1, 2, 3, 4 space, I won't have enough here to do my double crochets. So I'm going to go back 3 groups, okay, and I'm going to put 2 together. Okay, so 2, 4, 6. I'm on my 7th one. This is 3 groups back, okay? And I'm going to put them in the same space so I can have the right amount, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. So on the fourth one, you can even do it right at the beginning. I'm going to add 2 on the same space. It doesn't change anything on the pattern. Pattern stays the same. We're just doing an increase on the same, not an increase, but on the same space. So 2, 4, 6, and then 1 per space. 7, and then 8, just to get enough to get the other group in. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3 on the fourth one. Again, I'm going to do another double crochet on the same space. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so we're almost at the end here. Okay, and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm going to skip 1, 2. I'm going to go on my third one instead of 4 on my last one here. Okay, just to get them in properly. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I'm on my 7th, and I'm going to do 1 more on the same space. Okay, if you need to rewind, then go ahead, but nothing to it. So I went back 3 rows, actually 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 rows I went back, and I've added 2, and then I skipped the 4 and I added 2, so I can make my 8 groups. Okay, and then again I added 2 here. I skipped just before the last one. I skipped only 3 space, and I added 2 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and now I'm okay to continue on. I'm going to tell you how many squares I have here of these. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I have 18 squares of these. Okay, so we're going into row 15. We just finished doing row 14. And we're going to walk over. Okay, we're going to do the walk to the next one. So we're going to do one chain. Let me just see, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so we do one chain on the same space. We're going to do a single, so we can create a single there. Next space, that's 2 singles, 3 singles, 4 singles, 5 singles, 6 singles. Okay, we're going to come directly into the space here and create 9 double crochets inside of the space here. Okay, so create your 9 double crochets inside of the space. So I've done my 9 double crochets. Now I'm going to skip this one here. I'm coming into the second one with a single. 1, next space, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 singles. Okay, and again repeat 9 double crochets inside of the space here. And then if you're changing thread, once we finish, if you're changing colors, once we finish creating this row, we're going to go into the red. Okay, so we're going to create 9 again, 2 4 6 7 8 and 9 double crochets, again like that, and then come in here. So we're not doing the first one here, we're coming right in here, single. So it's going to be 6 singles, 2 3 4 5 and 6, and then come directly inside of the square space and create your 9 double crochets again. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. I'm going to cut my thread once I've come to the end here with a slip stitch and going to the red. Okay, you guys, so I pretty much finished doing all the way around. Coming in with my multicolored one, the red, green. I'm going to come where I have my singles. So I'm going to skip 1. So we have 6. Okay, so we have 1, 2. On the third one here, I'm going to do a single. Next space, another single. Okay, and I'm going to, so we're going to turn once, try to take this little edge here away. We're going to come from behind on the first one here. Okay, we're going to go in to the back, grab our thread. Oops, and I made a mistake. We have to do double, triple. Okay, so we're going to turn twice. My God, this little thread here is annoying. So you're going to have 3 on the needle. We're going to come from behind in to the back on the first one. Take out 2, and the last 2. Chain 1, and again, come on the second one into the back. Take out 2, and the last 2. Again, 1 chain. Come again. In the next one, take out 2, the last 2. 1 chain. Again, come in. And we have just one more row after this. And again, come from the back into the side, into the back. Grab your thread. And again, and in to the back. Grab your thread. 1 chain. Again. 1 chain, and again. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, so we're going to skip 1 2 on the third one. single, and the next one single. So you're going to have this effect. Again, coming in into the back, take out two in the last two, one chain, same thing, one chain, very simple. Okay, we're going to do this all the way around. So you're going to have 8 double triple crochets. Okay, and then we're going to skip 1 2 on the third one, single, and then the next one single, and we're going to continue to do the same thing again on the next one here. So in from the back into the first double crochet between first and second, come back in between the first and second into the third one, and again. Okay, I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so coming to the end, I finished doing my last double triple, coming into my first single with a slip stitch. I don't know why I cut my thread. It's supposed to continue with the same one, but okay. For whatever reason, I decided to cut it. That wasn't too bright, but I'll just have to restart again. So I'm just gonna make a knot here just to make sure that nothing comes out of place. I don't know what I was thinking to cut my thread. That's not what I wanted to do. But I'll start with the same thread again. I guess sometimes, you know, your brain is just so tired, you forget certain things. Okay, don't cut your thread if you're using the same colors, of course. So I'm going to come in the first where I have the double triple. I'm going to do a single. So we're doing, what do you call it? Picot without being a picot, let's say. I'll try to hide my thread here. So I did a single. I'm going to do 1 2 3, chain 3, and come back into the same one with a single. Next space. Trying to hide my thread. Single, 1 2 3. This is the last row, people, in the same space. Single, next space. Single, 1 2 3, same space, single. So we're basically doing like a little picot without doing the official picot. 1 2 3. Because normally if you do the picot, you would come in here. You can do it that way too, and have it like that, right? Into the next space. As you can see the difference, it gives you more of a definition of a picot. I don't want it that way. So I'm just coming back in this way. Next space. And there's a tie here. Oh my goodness. 2 and 3, and coming back in the same space. Now, where we have the 2 singles, I'm coming right in the center, single between them, and I'm coming right into the first blockage, single, 1 2 3, chain into the same space, single, next space, single, 1 2 3, and single. So this is pretty much it with this. I thank you so much, everybody, again. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Very simple, easy, beautiful, and then yet so many little details, right? So I'll have the pictures at the end. And thank you so much. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up. Share it on your Facebook public with your friends and family. It helps to grow the channel. Don't forget to hit that subscription. It is free, and the bell notification to be notified. Thank you, everybody. God bless. Stay safe and take care of each other. Bye-bye.